Hello Dawn O and Dawn P. Sophie Rogers' short summary of the evaluation of the Forest School course autumn 2020. It was very exciting. I think it was rather compare it to being a seedling in a wood that moves with the wind of information, experiences and reflection, with spades of manure of CPD ready to pile on, so I can grow being a leader. I found the coursework a challenge as I had less experience with child learning and development, but my goodness, it was inspiring and sometimes very sad, but it invigorated me to get moving. I think the role of you both as leaders was vital as a model and an interpreter of the Forest School ethos and 6 principles. You imparted your theory, your practical skills, and importantly taught us how the ethos of Forest School impacts on the dynamics and learning within the whole group and as an individual. I began to acknowledge that I was in charge of my own learning from the first day. You did this by setting up the welcoming, creative, nurturing workspace and gave us tantalising amounts of information on many subjects that each of us could choose what we would delve more into. Also, you initiated group work and created that holding environment for us to develop in and gave us space to get in the flow of learning, which was particularly important. Your nurturing environment was wonderful in this international pandemic. Overall, the whole course embedded into me how it can feel to be a learner a small learner in a very big world, and how important for the leader to instigate the flow for all participants. I will try and be thoughtful and inclusive for all. I realise this is hard. When we did our practice running a session, even though I had just found out that Mike had a hearing challenge, I still didn't include him in the welcome. It's very frustrating, but I can practice. My biggest challenge still for me is to get it going at the local school, so I'm on to that this week. 6 things summarise my experience of Forest School course, level 3. Fun, opportunity, realisation, experience, stress, totally me. Fun, when we started this the first day, you made me realise that to learn you need a little bit of fun to remember things and apply them. For example, Sarah joked about how she would instigate positive behaviour from her learners, and we all laughed, and I can remember that. She was appreciative of her group but would hold them together. I really learnt from the whole group, the environment and you both, and I realised how I enjoyed being creative and finding ways of self-expression. This I practised at home making mallets and hope to attend more courses such as on willow weaving and the future FSA conference. I also realised how much I enjoy the fun of singing, such as Dawn's Alive, Awake, Enthusiastic, which even online was hilarious and made me feel younger. When the whole group got together for the first time playing a tree ecology game, it felt joyous and a milestone for fun activities after the dreadful COVID restrictions. It brought a lot of joy to me and made me wake up to how important fun is for making memories, learning or otherwise. Opportunity. Throughout the course there were many firsts for me, for leading, and the ethos of being non-judgmental shone through the whole course, meaning that it was easy to take these opportunities. I acknowledged my habit of a slightly panicky reaction when first receiving a new task, so the course helped me find new tools to deal with this, such as moving when thinking, or whittling, to let thoughts dissolve and instigate a clear head. The learning theory presentations on Zoom was an opportunity to present online, and we all did better than okay. I enjoyed working with Charlotte, who was laid back yet motivated, and we shared our different skills. Also had this course was an opportunity to have dedicated time to learn new things, time to make new connections with people in the woodland, and to learn new skills. The skill I now have to learn is how to make things accessible and inclusive for all, and encourage individuals as well as the group. Realisation. With overwhelming sadness at the state of childhood, I felt heartbroken in that first week. It was devastating to hear. During the portfolio days online, I found inspiration and sources of learning from the Dawns, which boosted up my belief in that small steps can make great change locally and in the wider world. I also realised that I was able to delve deeper into the subjects I wanted to know more. And then I could be in charge of my interests, which would develop the theme at my own forest school. Mindfulness would be a big part of this, as I realised how much I needed it to do this, to appreciate how I felt each day. I knew I was often tired on our woodland days and had to find a way to pace myself without too much caffeine, which makes me chatty but not focused. I realised this when I still cut my finger after thinking I was okay. If I felt this, how would a young person manage? I concluded that whatever age we are, we all need someone to remind us to drink or eat, as the lovely Abby did for you two Dawns. Experiences. The April woodland days were a challenge leading the first forest school session, and it nettled me that I couldn't be more focused and remember to have welcomed Mike in. How on earth was I going to keep with it and do my own sessions? So I've learnt to stop the cycle of drinking caffeine in the afternoons and make sure I eat instead. I also felt by practically experiencing these tasks was the way forward, and find my confidence in not just that task I was doing, but in many other things. So like the tarp construction, with a little bit of practice, was a great feeling when it went up well, and felt that I could do anything. The skills weekend began with intrepidation and ended on a high, because you as leaders practiced your forest school ethos, small steps, quiet observation and focused praise. And also the group encouragement was grounding and inspiring. What an amazing group of people I've met and hope to keep up with as friends and as part of my CPD. Finishing the coursework feels slightly sad, and I feel I've learnt a huge amount already, but now the real learning starts. Stress. Well, there's a little bit, and I'm going out of my comfort zone a lot. Leading. I don't really think I'm a leader. I'm trying to take on it more to be an instigator, to go with the flow with that one. I had 100% support from Dawns, from our cohort, and from my local friend and mentor Rebecca, and my family, which gave me much courage and faith. I have even more support now from the many parents at school. I feel very lucky. Writing the child development assignments was stressful, and that I fell short on time because of COVID restrictions, and I found it hard to keep on refining all the information I was taking in and making it really relevant. Much less stressful was the ecological assignment, which was just so nice, as it was a great excuse to delve into some lovely books and research assignments. All of them were a key part of my learning journey, as they opened up my eyes again on how it felt to be a learner in a new environment with new challenges. It's exhausting, and it definitely needs scaffolding and a lot of hugs. My forest school session that was assessed by Dawn P was pivotal in my learning journey and in my confidence growing to be a leader. After the assessment, I felt a huge relief that the session had run okay. Dawn P was discreet and calm, and the group enjoyed her company. What a boost that gave me to think I'd run 5 sessions that were okay enough, that I had access to much more info and skills from my cohort, Go Forth and Forest School, and from the SA and online, such as Woodland Lou on YouTube and Kindling Lily on Instagram. These will all invigorate my sessions to be much more in the future. After my 6th session, I felt very happy. I'd given 14 children and few adults and me and the teachers such fun and varied afternoons outside. I did do the dance of joy at home. Totally me. From the outset, the Dawn showed us how our learning was to be led by ourselves. So many references to books, videos, scientific research, and a lot of information on Moodle was overwhelming. By prioritising my interests throughout the course, I felt I could make better inroads into appropriate learning for me to develop into a calm, eco-minded and a fun forest school leader. The course has empowered me as a person in my relationships with people, children, to listen more, to react less, and to show the joy I feel with my experiences in the natural world. Undeniably, the Forest School Level 3 Leader course at Swanwick, beautiful Swanwick, has given me permission for my heart to follow its lead in many threads, which I've enjoyed already throughout my nearly 50 years. From practical conservation work, yoga, from surveying woods and hills, and even me making jewellery, I can now make time to delve deeper into these threads and more, and run with them and throw them into the air for other learners to maybe catch. The web is spread out. Now I just have to learn how to hang it up appropriately in a forest. So thank you both, Dawns. Thank you both very much. Bye bye.